What red light therapy panel is the tallest? I've got 17 red light therapy wall panels behind me. These are panels with 300 LEDs or less. I'm going to go through and measure each one individually and find out the answer. All right, so we're down to 3 panels. Now, before I go through each of these individually, I do need to mention my criteria panel for determining what panel is the tallest. It's not the physical size of the panel itself. So a lot of panels will share their specs, width and height, but they're measuring the physical metal size. Now there are some panels out there that have control panels on the top. Obviously there's no light coming from the control panel, or therapeutic red light I should say. So we don't want to factor in that chunk of the panel. Instead, what I've done is measured the height between LEDs. So we've taken the top LED, gone all the way down to the bottom LED, and that removes any of the perimeter of the panel that doesn't have LEDs in it. Now you may also be wondering, why does it matter? Like, can't I just use a smaller panel and the light's going to spread out? It doesn't really work that way. I have done some videos on this. I'll put links to that below. But pretty much a good rule of thumb is if you want light on a particular area, make sure that particular area is in front of an LED. Okay, so we're down to 3 panels. Let's go through them one by one. So in third place, we had the Huga Ultra 1500. Really nice panel. Some great features, including quad chip LEDs. We haven't seen this in any other panels. Now this panel has a height coverage area of 38.2 inches, which is really good. It's an inch or two more than the rest of the panels that didn't make the cut. To put this in perspective, I'm 5'10". I could be standing in front of this at say 6 inches out, easily getting my whole head going down to say mid back. If I didn't care about my head and just wanted neck to toe sort of coverage, I'm not going to get neck to toe coverage, but I could easily get say from my neck down to mid thigh. But if you want something larger than that, then we look at the Gemba overclocked panel. This panel is actually 2 inches taller than the Huga panel, measuring 40.2 inches. So you're going to get a lot more coverage. Here we are, head, you're getting down to glutes sort of area. Much, much better from a height point of view. Not quite as nice when it comes to features and operations compared to the Huga panel. I don't want to get into that in this video because I have reviewed all of these panels individually. I'll put links to them below. I've also done that big 2024 comparison series where I look at 17 panels, including these 3, compare them across, I think it was 6 or 7 different categories. So if you are wanting to go all in and learn all about these panels, I highly recommend checking that out. Also, I should mention, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe because I've got a lot more videos like this coming out. All right, so now it leaves the lucky last Mito Red Light Mito Pro X 1500. Bit of a mouthful. This is the tallest red light therapy panel in this category, being 300 LEDs or less. It is 40.9 inches tall from the top LED all the way down to the bottom. So nearly an inch taller than the Gemba and 2.5 inches taller than the Huga, which makes it a lot taller than a lot of the other panels that didn't make the cut. Now the cool thing is this panel is not only tall, it is actually very, very well equipped. It's got 18 nanometers, it's got a touchscreen control panel, tons of power and a great price point as well. It did quite well in my comparison series. So if you are looking for a tall panel at a great price with a lot of features, then yeah, the Mito Red Light panel is the one to go for. I should mention I have a discount code Alex will save 5% on this panel. Gives you a saving and it gives me a bit of a commission. Now, before I wrap up, I do need to share a few other pointers. And please watch this before you rush out and buy this particular panel. Firstly, think about what you're trying to achieve with your red light therapy setup. If you just want one panel and as tall as possible, then yeah, the Mito Red Light Mito X is a great option. However, it may not be perfect. It's important to note that a lot of red light therapy panels are modular designed. That means you can get multiple panels, connect them together, operate them through one central control panel, and all of a sudden you literally have a head to toe panel, even shoulder to shoulder width. That's what I do with my own setup here in my home. I have 4 Biomax 900s all linked together and it provides full shoulder to shoulder, head to toe coverage. You can do that with these panels behind me. Huga has this function, Gemba doesn't, Mito Red Light does. So for instance, you could get 2 of these and put them on top of each other. It'd be overkill. It's going to, unless you're 7 feet, you don't really need a setup, but you could get a smaller Mito Red Light panel and hang it beneath, or you could get another one and put it beside. So that is just one thing to remember. Another thing I need to point out is if money isn't an issue and you can spend more than $1,000 odd that these panels sell for, you can actually get a much larger panel. So Mitre Red Light sell their Mega XL range, for instance. These panels have, say, 600 LEDs compared to the 300 LEDs in this one behind me, and that is going to be wider and taller and just put out a lot more power. It's going to be a better option. Of course, though, it is going to be more expensive. It's going to be a little bit trickier to set up and move around, but still something to think about. And those panels should be worthy of your consideration, because the big downside with these tall panels is that they're quite narrow. I mean, you can just look at them compared to, say, a light path LED panel, which was 15 inches across. These are only around 9 or 10 inches. It means that, yeah, you're going to get a good vertical coverage of light, but you're lacking when it comes to the shoulder to shoulder width. Still though, if you've watched this video, chances are you want a tall panel, but it is just something to think about. Now, I have done a video looking at the widest panels in this category. I'll put a link to that down below. Otherwise, be sure to check out this video. It is my comparison series where I look at all of these panels and I factor in size in that comparison series. Check it out up here.